The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I am Mon Gualvez. Authorities are preparing to file a case against Congressman Arnie Teves and several others for illegal possession of firearms. Several weapons, ammunition, and explosives were seized from the congressman's properties in an operation on March 10. Congressman Teves earlier said that he has yet to return some of the firearms after the police revoked his gun license earlier this year. Meanwhile, the CIDG maintains that the search operation had been properly conducted and that the Teves family were not barred from observing and documenting the raid.
Ating pinaghahandaan ngayon ay ang pagsasampa ng kaso po, laban po dito sa mga subject po natin, sa pamilya po ng Teves po na subject po ng warrant. At ang ilan po mga individual na ating na-aresto during the conduct of the operation. Ito po ay ang mga paglabas po sa mga batas na patungkol sa illegal na pagmamay-ari ng mga papasabog at baril.
Messages between the suspects in the killing of Adamson University student John Matthew Salilig showed their attempts to conceal his death. The details in this report by Marlene Alcaide.
The 7 suspects in the hazing death of Adamson University student John Matthew Salilig were heavily guarded as they undergo the Justice Department's preliminary investigation into the case. Some of the suspects submitted a counter affidavit, while others asked for an extension. The DOJ is set to decide whether the case should be elevated to the courts. The NBI has meanwhile shared copies of some of the online conversations among members of the Tau Gamma Phi fraternity. It was on February 17th when the group started planning for the welcoming rites for neophytes. They eventually agreed to hold the initiation rites in Binian, Laguna. The group even varnished the paddles that they will eventually be used for the hazing. All fraternity members were even obligated to assist in the preparations. These include the victim, John Matthew. The initiation rites started evening of February 18th. The group chat was quiet for a while when the hazing started, but members of the chat started messaging and calling each other again when Salilig's body began to weaken. One of the members gave advice on how to handle the situation, but they say he might just be making excuses. From Binian, Salilig was transferred to Parañaque at the house of one of the fraternity members. Because of Salilig's weak state, someone advised the group to bite the victim's nail. Another said that Salilig may have to be taken to the hospital, but another replied negative. A few moments later, Salilig lost his life. The last update of a member was that Salilig's body has gone cold. The next day, someone asked to have their conversations deleted, and following that, the frat members began speaking with each other only via call. One of their plans to dispose Salilig's body was to throw it into an open canal in Cavite. But once they decided on the final plan of burying him in a vacant lot, members started leaving the group chat one by one. According to the lawyer of alias Void, his client was only forced to join the initiation rites.
Dinibdiban siya nung pag-suggest na dadalhin sa hospital. May nagsabi din sa kanya na kung hindi mag-cooperate, ikaw isusunod namin.
Justice Secretary Boying Remulla says around 6 other suspects wish to surrender. The NBI is expected to file complaints next week. For News 5, Marlene Alcaide, we are One News.
We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I am Mon Gualvez. NEDA has given the green light on a 9 trillion peso infrastructure program in a bid to boost employment in the country. Mobile journalist Julie Baiza tells us more in this report.
More infrastructure projects, more jobs. This is what the Marcos administration hopes to achieve moving forward. The National Economic Development Authority or NEDA recently approved close to 200 infrastructure flagship projects worth 9 trillion pesos.
Majority of these infrastructure flagship projects are in physical connectivity and water resources, which include projects in irrigation, water supply, and flood management. The list also includes projects in digital connectivity, health, power and energy, agriculture, and other infrastructure.
The list of projects include the Panay Railway, UP-PGH Diliman, and the rehabilitation of NAIA. Since these are big-ticket projects, the government is expecting higher employment figures and increased investment as a result. Unemployment rate climbed to 4.8 in January, according to the Philippine Statistics Authority. This translates to around 2.3 million jobless Filipinos. Underemployment also picked up in the same month, as seasonal jobs from the holiday rush came to an end. NEDA hopes that the new series of infra projects could help bring back lost jobs.
Once they are rolled out, implemented, will boost employment opportunities because these are investments, these are construction, there will be construction activities, massive construction activities, and that will improve the investment climate in the country so that more investors can come in, both domestic and foreign, and the current investors can expand their operations. Those will create jobs.
NEDA is also hopeful that more investments would soon come in, especially with President Bongbong Marcos selling the Philippines as an investment hub in recent trips.
I also would like to think that it has been 7 months since the new administration has come in, and I think that that has more or less has already sent a signal that the business environment has improved because the president has been very clear that he's open to business, is opening up the Philippine economy to business, including foreign investment. So that I think drives confidence in the economy.
Mobile journalist Julie Baiza, We Are One News.
With less than a day left till showtime, final preparations for the 95th Academy Awards are underway. Life-size Oscar statues line the champagne carpet as hundreds of production staff put on the final touches to Hollywood's biggest night. True to its name, smash hit Asian American film Everything, Everywhere, All at Once has the most nominations, vying for 11 Oscars. The film's lead, Michelle Yeoh, is also nominated for Best Actress. Meanwhile, it seems that the Academy has made sure that no one gets slapped this time around. Recall that Will Smith infamously assaulted last year's host, Chris Rock, on stage for joking about the actor's wife. Smith is now banned from the awards for 10 years. The Academy has set up a crisis team to immediately respond to any unexpected event. Let's now take a quick look at today's other top stories. The remains of the victims in the Cessna plane crash in Isabela are expected to reach Divilacan town today. However, the response team said that because of bad weather, the bodies could be transferred to Kawayan by tomorrow. The Philippine Coast Guard is formally seeking help from the United States in cleaning the oil spill off Nauhan, Oriental Mindoro. The oil spill has now reached the shores of Taytay in Palawan, about 295 kilometers away from Nauhan. And Carlos Yulo finally nabbed his first gold at the FIG Artistic Gymnastics World Cup Series in Azerbaijan over in parallel bars. The former world champion is set to compete in the vault finals later today. And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us later at 10:45 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. I am Mon Gualvez. We are One News.